Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Heal You. I'm your host Shy, and as always, I'm so grateful to have you here with me. I decided to come on camera today, so I hope you find it exciting. You know, each week we take time to explore the practices and mindsets that bring us closer to healing and becoming the best versions of ourselves. If you've been following along the past few weeks, you know that last week we focused on celebrating progress, giving ourselves permission to pause and appreciate every step you've taken on your journey. I hope that you took the time last week to celebrate you, even for the small steps. Are you ready for this week? This week we're diving into a topic that can feel heavy, but it's absolutely transformative. It's forgiveness, my friends. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. Many of us think of it as letting someone off the hook or condoning the harm they've caused us. But in reality, forgiveness is about YOU. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of anger, resentment, and hurt, and creating, friends, space for something new to grow. It's about blooming. So take a moment right now to breathe deeply. Come on. In and out. Think about what it would feel like to let go of something that's been holding you back. Imagine how lighter and freer you'd feel. That's what we're going to explore today, friends. By the end of this episode, I hope you'll feel ready to take steps toward forgiveness for others and maybe even for yourself. Are you ready? Get those journals out, get the pen and paper out, and let's start taking notes. So what does forgiveness really mean? Let's start by redefining forgiveness. Forgiveness, friends, isn't about forgetting what happened or pretending the pain didn't exist. It's about releasing the emotional grip that hurt has on you. You know, when we hold on to grudges or we replay past hurts, it's like carrying a heavy backpack everywhere we go. That weight can make it so hard to move forward. You're treading constantly to get through. But if we do the opposite, forgiveness is saying, I choose to put this backpack down. And it doesn't mean you're okay with what happened or that you'll allow it to happen again. Forgiveness simply means you're choosing your peace over holding on to pain. What do they say? Hurt people hurt people. We've got to learn how to forgive. But what is the link between forgiveness and growth? You know, here's where forgiveness becomes transformative. When you let go of resentment, you create space for growth. Imagine that garden that we're working on that's been overrun with weeds. The weeds are like unresolved anger and pain. They crowd out the flowers and prevent new seeds from taking root. It's impossible to bloom. But when you forgive, friends, you're pulling out those weeds and you're preparing the soil for something beautiful to grow. And growth requires space. And forgiveness is one of the most powerful ways to create that space that we need. It allows you to reclaim your energy and focus on building the life that you deserve, rather than staying stuck in the past. So how do we get there, friends? What are those steps towards forgiveness? Let's get into the how. Forgiveness, I know, it can feel overwhelming. especially when the hurt runs deep. But it's a process, and you can take it, my friends, one step at a time. One step at a time and at your own pace. First, start by acknowledging your feelings. Start by naming the emotions that you're holding on to. Is it anger? Is it betrayal? Is it sadness? Is it grief? Writing these down can be incredibly cathartic. But then you have to understand the impact. Reflect on how holding on to these feelings is affecting you. Is it draining your energy? Is it blocking new opportunities? Is it making you sick? And then, friends, we need to shift the focus to us. Remember, forgiveness is for you. It's not about the other person. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself. It's about making the space you need to bloom. And then take the small actions. Begin with something simple, like saying to yourself, I'm open to the idea of forgiving. You don't have to rush the process. You just have to take the step forward to say you want to forgive. Use affirmations. The morning mantra from the Bloom Self-Care Journal is a great way to start. For example, an affirmation could be, I am resilient and I embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. You can use morning mantras to remind yourself of your strength and your capacity to heal. You know that prayer that I talk about every week? Every morning I say a prayer asking God to guide me, to release me of my pain, to help me heal through grief, and to guide my smile and my daily steps. I have to remind myself, friends, that I'm working on forgiving myself through the grief I've been feeling. I'm taking the steps needed to heal from all the painful thoughts, all of the emotions that I've been carrying over the past few months. And I've had to be gentle with myself. I understand, friends, that each day is a new chance to move closer to the peace that I desire. And then we have to understand the role of self-forgiveness. You know, we can't talk about forgiveness without addressing the hardest kind, and that is forgiving yourself. You know, maybe you're holding on to guilt over a past decision, or you feel like you let yourself down in some way, or a relationship didn't work out, or you lost a loved one and you always want to know why. Self-forgiveness is crucial for personal growth because it allows you to move forward without the weight of shame. One exercise from the Bloom Journal that I love is writing a letter to yourself. Starting off by acknowledging what happened, then express compassion and understanding. End your letter to yourself with words of forgiveness. For example, I forgive myself for not knowing then what I know now. I am growing and I am worthy of love. That morning mantra, that Bloom activity, it's phenomenal. Come on, let's do a few steps. Let's bring in the morning mantra activity from the Bloom Self-Care Journal. You know, this practice is all about setting the tone for your day with positive intentions. Choose one mantra that resonates with you, such as, I am capable. I am strong and ready to take on the day. I radiate confidence, love, and kindness in all of my interactions. I welcome positivity into my life today and always. Whatever your mantra is, friend, spend a few moments repeating your mantra out loud or in your mind. Imagine how this intention can guide your actions and thoughts throughout the day. You know, when practiced regularly, they say a habit takes at least 30 days. An activity like the morning mantra can help you align with a mindset of forgiveness and growth. So let's talk through a story of transformation. Let me share a story about myself and how I was able to embrace forgiveness, and I found incredible growth. For years, I had been holding on to anger toward a family member. You know, it affected my confidence, it affected my relationships, it affected my ability to trust, and it has even affected my physical health. Once I made the decision to work on forgiveness, I'm not going to tell you it was easy, but it has definitely been life-changing. Over time, and I'm still working on it, I've learned to let go of resentment. I've learned how to set healthier boundaries, and I've rediscovered joy. My story is a powerful reminder that forgiveness is not just about letting go. It's about making room for something better. It's about allowing yourself the ability to bloom, to grow, to work on being a better version of yourself. As we close today's episode, I want to leave you, friends, with this. Forgiveness is a gift we give to ourselves. It's not about forgetting the hurt or excusing what happened to you. Forgiveness is about reclaiming your power and creating space for growth. By letting go of what no longer serves you, you open a door to a brighter, lighter, more fulfilling future. That's what Bloom is all about. That's why we're here. So next week, we'll be talking about redefining boundaries and how they protect your peace while allowing you to flourish. Ooh, trust me. This one is going to be a conversation you don't want to miss. I hope tonight has been beneficial for you. And while you're working on yourself, don't forget to go grab your copy of the Bloom Self-Care Journal and explore all the tools and resources I have available on www.creativelyshy.com. From positivity swag like sweatshirts and coffee cups to life and business coaching sessions, there's something there for everyone. You can even dive into articles I've written to learn more about my journey and find inspiration for your own. Friends, I hope this journey thus far is beneficial to you and is helping you to bloom. Take care, stay kind to yourself, and remember, letting go is the first step to growing into the person you're meant to be. Have a great week, friends. Talk to you soon. Give Fear the finger.